Hello Musketeers, welcome to Mondays with Mickey. My name is Mike Knigge and I am your host, and this week we're going to take a quick look at Disney Quest. A farewell look, unfortunately, to Disney Quest, as today was the closing day, the day they're not reopening their doors for Disney Quest at Walt Disney World in Florida. You know, the last day of operation was July 2nd, which would have been this past Sunday. Today is Monday, July 3rd, and the doors did not reopen. So this is a farewell to Disney Quest. This was a great experiment by the Walt Disney Company. Their intention was to create this chain of arcades throughout the country in major cities. And although the idea was great, essentially they priced themselves out of the market, and all the Disney Quests closed years ago. One remaining, the original, the one at was Downtown Disney, now Disney Springs. It remained, and it was part of the water parks and more options and stuff like that, so that way people could go check it out on their vacation on non-park days. They were billing it as basically an indoor theme park, and honestly, it was gigantic. What you're looking at right now, by the way, I've been yapping, I didn't even mention what you're looking at. You're looking at pictures from our last trip to Walt Disney World back in 2015. We had an opportunity to visit Disney Quest. It was, again, part of the Water Parks and More option. We had done the free dining promotion, and you had to pick either Water Parks and More or Park Hopper. And we decided, hey, we've never done Disney Quest. Let's do the Water Parks and More options, so that way we can go check this out. And, you know, maybe, who knows, we'll go hit a pool, one of the, pools, either Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach. Now, we never did the water parks, but we did do Disney Quest. And honestly, we really enjoyed it. My daughter was over the moon about the Animation Academy, her opportunity to draw Goofy, since they yanked the Animation Academy out of Disney's Hollywood Studios, and they put in now they've put in the Star Wars Launch Bay, which at the time they were building it, so there was nothing there when we were there. But this was an opportunity for her to try out the Animation Academy. She loves drawing, so that one piece alone sold her. My son and I absolutely loved the vintage games. Games like Pac-Man, Mario Brothers, Spy Hunter, Frogger. These are classic games that I grew up with, and my son's heard of and played a little bit on video game systems, but had never had the experience of trying it in a real arcade. So that was a highlight for us. And then my wife, she enjoyed, there was a sound station upstairs across from the Animation Academy that it was put on by the Disney Channel, the radio Disney Channel. And you had the ability to create your own song. So she spent quite a bit of time in there creating her own songs and having fun with that. So each of us found something there that we loved. We all loved Astro Blasters, which is basically a car game where you got in with one other person, you'd roll over these inflated balls, and they would suck up into your car, and then you have one person driving and one person shooting, essentially, and the person would take the ball out of the little basket thing, put it in a gun, and shoot it at the other cars. And if you hit the other cars, they would spin and they'd be disoriented for a minute or two while you went to go collect more balls. So we all loved that game. So long story short, Disney Quest for us was a fantastic experience and one that we're going to truly miss. There are going to plans to replace it with a NBA experience. Unfortunately for us, that is not our cup of tea. So the likelihood of us ever entering that giant building again are next to nothing. So my hope is that one day they will recreate Disney Quest, not necessarily their idea for a chain of locations, but a indoor arcade theme park kind of thing at Walt Disney World would be fantastic. It was, again, it was an experiment that failed, but it was a great idea and a great effort by the Walt Disney Company. And, as for us, we're going to miss it. We really enjoyed it. So I wanted to take a minute and just kind of do a quick look back at what Disney Quest was and, share our experiences and how much we enjoyed it with you guys. Next week, we're going to do a news episode. And really, probably the next couple weeks will probably be news episodes. Because in a little over a week from now, D23 will launch. So D23 is the premier expo for the Walt Disney Company. It shows what's coming up, what they're doing, and what's to come. Star Wars Land, Toy Story Land, they were all announced at the last major D23 event. Now, they are doing events pretty much every year now, but the major one is every other year. They do a little small one in the middle years. But this is the big one. This is the one where they announce all their major activities and everything that they're doing building-wise, their movies, things and that. So, next week, we're going to talk about kind of the rumor mill and things that we're seeing going on, like the construction, in Epcot over by the France Pavilion that everyone thinks is going to be the Ratatouille ride. Stuff like that. We're going to talk about rumors. We're going to talk about things that we know have started and questions we want answered for D23. That will be the theme of next week's episode. And of course, the following week episode, which will be the episode right after D23, we're going to do a follow-up episode talking about what we learned, what was confirmed, what was kiboshed, and, get into the nitty-gritty of what's to come, and hopefully get super excited about, forthcoming Star Wars Land and Toy Story Land and the rumored Zootopia Land, etc., etc. So look for that. Like I said, next week it'll be what questions we want answered and what we think is coming, and then the following week was going to be, hey, what we learned at D23. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. Like I said, it was just a short episode this week to talk a little bit about Disney Quest. I'm going to leave you as I leave you every week. I hope we never lose sight of one thing. This was all started by a mouse. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble, and we'll talk to you guys next week.